Wow, I can't believe I'm actually speaking to the Bollywood wives who have fabulous lives on Netflix. Hi to you all. Thank you so much for speaking to me. Firstly, I, like everybody else, have binge watched this show and have thoroughly enjoyed it. And I just want to go around and ask you some questions which intrigued me while I was watching the show as well. Seema, I want to begin with you because you seem to be one of the ones that most people are saying, I'm like her. What's the best response you've received to the show, Seema?
Um, it's the women that have connected with me, and they say they see a lot of themselves in me, and I think that's kind of resonated with everyone. So it's just about how open I've been, and it's something that I've kind of not really, I not planned it. It wasn't a thought. This is me. This is the real me. So it feels wonderful to be appreciated and loved like that. It feels just amazing. I'm over the moon.
You know, Maheep, through the show, we see a evolution of your well, I say character, but it's your actual personality. But we see an evolution of how much you let people see of who you are. And by the end of it, you really put your vulnerabilities on display as well. How difficult was that process for you? How hard was it to open up and be your honest self in front of millions of people, essentially?
Honestly, when the cameras were rolling, we weren't thinking, and I speak for all of us, we weren't thinking of the 100 millions of people watching. That would have been intimidating. Honestly, I blanked it out, and I was my true self. And yeah, the vulnerability came very naturally when Karan was talking about how difficult it is in the industry and what I have gone through. I'm very close to him, so he knows a lot about me. And yeah, it was all true. It all came naturally. It just flowed. And I wasn't thinking of the cameras at all, at all.
You know, for you, Bhavna, your daughter is a rising star herself. Ananya has got a following in the millions. Were you ever conscious about how your behavior on the show could impact her and the reaction that she might receive? And actually, how have your children react to the show, Bhavna?
Okay, so going to the first part of the question. So that was actually one of my first apprehensions with the show is like, what are people going to say? And maybe they'll say, now Ananya is acting and doing her stuff, and suddenly her mother's behaving in a certain manner and stuff. But when I started shooting, and exactly what Maheep said, you can only pretend for those 5 minutes or have control for those 5 minutes. After that, when the camera starts rolling, you are just yourself. You let yourself go. And the real you, it just comes out, and especially because we were shooting with friends, people we have known. I mean, we've known each other for the last 20-25 years, and you cannot pretend with each other. You just can't. Even if you try to, it's not going to happen. So yeah, so from the show perspective, everything was real and all the true feelings came out. And sorry, what was your second question?
And how have your children reacted to the show? How
Okay.
have your children reacted?
So actually that I would say has been one of the most beautiful compliments for me, because both my girls, I see a lot of pride on their faces. And especially the last 5 days, they've been telling me, Mom, this friend of mine said so and so thing, and that friend of mine. And Anya has been going for shooting and she's been hearing all good things. So that makes me really happy. And they're proud girls. I'm happy about that.
You know, Neelam, you won't remember this, but I first reached out to you in 2015 when I'd come to Mumbai to record a series of programs on actresses from the 80s and 90s. And you were on that list. I called you and I spoke to you and you made an excuse. Now that I've seen the show, I know that you made an excuse and you said, I'm not feeling well. And you even did a bit of on the phone as well. Now,
Cats out of the bag.
yeah, now, obviously, I know that you just weren't comfortable with the spotlight during that phase. But after the reaction you've received to this show, how has it changed the way you feel about being in the spotlight? And has it encouraged you to return to acting?
Harun, first of all, my apologies. Yeah, listen, it's been very, very encouraging. I honestly, true to God, I did not realize I had so many fans out there. Okay, this was really a reality check for me because I think I underestimated myself. And also, it's just been phenomenal. The way people have responded to the show, responded to all of us, to me. It's been, there's just so much of love out there. Yes, of course, we have the haters as well, but I think, more love. And it's just been very encouraging for me. And it's given me that sort of confidence. I was shying away from the camera because, after 20 years, it's different if you're facing for the first time, but if people have seen you a certain way and they're going to see you after 20 years, it was very intimidating for me and I was very scared.
Well, I think you did tremendously well, Neelam, and I think everybody wants to see you back on screen. I mean, your biggest fans are on this Zoom call with you. I mean, I've never seen somebody champion friends so much, which is great to see. Seema, I have to ask you, has watching the show back made you realize that you might be slightly overprotective as a mother? Just slightly? A tracker on your son's phone, is that really necessary?
Yes, I know. I admit it. I am very overprotective as a mother, but now that's me. What can I do? I try my best, but yeah, I am.
And watching it back hasn't made you think, okay, maybe I need to take a little step back.
Not
He's at
at
university.
all. Have you met my boys? Have you met my boys? Then you know. Not at all.
You know, Maheep, your children also play a very active part of this show as well. And obviously, not everything is going to be positive online. There's a lot of people online who have said, is this show a great launch pad for Shania? Is this a great way to showcase who she is? And what a perfect opportunity. How do you respond to that? And actually, has it dampened the love that you've received? Has it dampened the experience of this show? Just the fact that people have more skeptical views of why you might have taken part in this show?
No, I mean, first of all, this is not her launch. It's my launch, and it's my life, and my children are a part of my life, so they're going to be shown. And when we started shooting, we started rolling, we were off to Paris. So they said, listen, we are following you. I said, okay. I mean, it's not thought about. It's not scrutinize that, oh, this is the launch pad for Shania. Hell no, she's going to have her launch, which we will discuss maybe by next year. But and as far as the people, the trollers you're talking about who are passing these judgments, like I said before, there's always two sides of the coin. Not everyone is going to love us, and I accept that. They're not going to understand that, me, and quite frankly, I don't understand them also, because we'll never get each other, and it's fine, it's okay. We were expecting it, and honestly, there is more love, there's a lot more positivity. I've got so many messages from women who are blessing my daughter and saying she's looking lovely and whatever. I want to focus on them and not on the negativity, for sure.
Bhavna, apart from the negativity, there's a lot of humor that this show has created as well. I mean, the meme accounts are going crazy. You've given them enough material for weeks and months. How have you seen the memes? What do you think of them? Is there any that have particularly stood out? I mean, there is one moment in the show that has become a meme favorite, which is when your therapist or the person you go to for treatment says that she's going to call the quantum fields. How do you respond to all those memes?
Actually, we usually advise our children, but Ananya told me a very important thing. And she said, Mom, the day memes are made on you means you've arrived. You people are loving you. So don't worry about it. And actually, I am enjoying the memes. I am really, really enjoying the memes. And the nice ones, I even repost them because I don't want to enjoy them alone. I want everyone else to enjoy them as well. So I think memes in today's culture is a very, very important thing. Only if people are interested in you and what they like something about you is when they're going to make memes. If they're going to be indifferent towards you, then what's the point? What's the point of this whole show?
Absolutely. Neelam, there's one thing putting yourself out there and putting yourself, just being on camera again, that's one thing. But, having fillers on camera is a whole different world, particularly when we know that the Hindi film industry or Bollywood is a place where quite a lot of things are behind the scenes. Not many people talk openly about their beauty regime or going to the doctor for fillers. Was that something you thought twice about before doing it on screen?
I didn't think twice. I thought 100 times before doing it because I've been debating about this whole thing, whether to get fillers and not to do it. Listen, everyone ages, right? And you also want to look good. And what do you do? So I just felt that, listen, I know I've always thought, going to a party, okay, this one's looking really good for her age. I wonder what she does. This one's looking really good. I wonder who she goes to. So listen, it's something which a lot of women go through. And I told the creative team, I said, look, I'm doing this show. I want to look good. I'm planning to do it. Will you guys film it? So they just lapped it up and they jumped at it. And I just felt, why not? Why keep it a secret?
Well, I have to be honest. You said the women do it. Let's be real. The men in Bollywood go to the doctor as well. It's not just women. Seema, carrying on from that question, your holiday in Doha was just amazing. And the way the four of you are so unapologetic about the lifestyles you live is really refreshing, because quite often people who are from the film business or from a glamorous industry are made to feel guilty for the privilege that surrounds them. But all of you embrace that privilege quite openly. How do you feel about that from the perspective that, yes, one of the criticisms of the show is that these four women live in an echo chamber of the same sort of society, the same class? It shows, let's be real, if you'd never been to Mumbai, you wouldn't know a slum exists from this show particularly. So Seema, how do you feel about that?
So look, the privilege part of it, of course, we're very blessed. I feel very blessed and we're grateful for what we have. But it was a holiday, right? That was the whole point of the holiday. We wanted to pamper ourselves. We wanted to be out there. But that's not just the only part of our lives. And it was never an intent to be insensitive about, the whole situation or about having privileges. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be taken in that lighthearted way. And it's just a part of who we are. We also go to the market. We also catch a rickshaw. We also, whatever you might lead the normal life that other women lead. We have our highs, we have our lows. So that's just a part of it. And that was just because we wanted to take that trip to pamper ourselves. So yeah.
Maheep and Neelam, something that's confusing, not just people on the internet, but my friends as well, are your accents. So once and for all, please clarify, where do both your accents come from? Maheep?
It's absolutely ridiculous because every interview we've done, they've been asking us about our accents.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what to say. I was born in London. I lived in Australia, Middle East, Australia, Africa, and then I finally came to India. And it's a khichdi. It's just a mix of an accent, and it is me, and it is authentic. It's not fake.
Okay, and Neelam?
So I just wish people did a little bit of homework before making those comments, because I've been brought up, did my schooling in Hong Kong. And I went to a British school. Then I shifted to Bangkok and I went to an American school. So that's why this strange twang. And is it fake?
It's not strange.
No.
It's not strange. It's absolute. It suits you perfectly. But people just don't know where it comes from.
No, you're being very kind. I've had comments that, ew, it's so fake. And
Yes.
Why is she putting it on? I think people have watched me in movies, and in movies I was speaking Hindi and I had my dialogues. They've never seen my interviews, or they've never seen me, I don't know, interact with people in person. So I think they found that very strange. And the comments, I'm glad you brought this up so we can just clarify this and bury it now.
Yeah.
Finally, then, I know your friendship group is obsessed with the royal family. So very quickly, reactions to the latest series of The Crown?
I loved it. I have binge watched it.
Season 4, but
yeah, amazing.
I'm saving it.
Okay,
I haven't watched it yet.
Amazing.
Okay, Netflix are going to love this. I'm really promoting their other shows here as well. And The Crown is on season 4 now. Would you guys be up for a second season of The Fabulous Lives of Bollywood Wives?
Fingers
Netflix
crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, if Netflix wants and Thermatics wants, of course, we're on.
We're on.
Well, Neelam might be too busy doing a movie by then. You never know. But thanks so much, guys.
No, I'm very
Thank you
happy
so
doing
much.
this.
Thanks so much.
Lovely
Thank you.
speaking to
Thank
It was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to keep up to date. For more great audio and video from the BBC, listen on Sounds, watch on iPlayer.